Hello everybody, my name is Aud and welcome back to the Aud Narrations channel. Today we're reading a story titled My 22 Female Girlfriend is Disappointed with My Size to 25 Male After We Met. If you enjoy this video and want to see more, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Right, this should be an interesting one. Let's make a start. Post reads, we're in a long distance relationship. We met up in October. When we were together, we were about to have sex but didn't bring a condom with me, so we ended up not doing it. Please, I know I should have been prepared. The problem is what happened after we met. I'd shown her my size before we met many times, and after we met, we didn't talk about sex at all anymore. So I wondered what caused her disappointment. We showered together, always, and she even tried to put it in. When I called her about it today, why we don't do that anymore, I asked if she was disappointed in my size, and she said yes. Okay, that hurt. But I continued to ask more. She told me she wasn't a traditional girl, but now she says that she wants to wait for sex until after marriage. I know she is Christian, but said that she doesn't respect her religion before we met. I also see her liking things like, funny men really have the biggest dicks on Instagram, and also, ex-innocent but is thinking of writing the fuck out of you. After asking more, she said again she doesn't want to talk about it at all anymore. She does want to meet me again, but I'm not sure if I should. She says she loves me, but so many red flags. TLDR, girlfriend said I was small after we met, and now says she wants to wait until marriage to have sex again. Confused if I should continue. To be honest, OP, I'd probably split with this woman. She doesn't sound like she's particularly worth your time. I guess a thought that popped into mind is, this isn't necessarily the truth, but while she's making you wait for sex until marriage, she might be getting some on the side. Let's see what the comments say. Someone's left a comment saying, she told you she doesn't want to have sex with you because of your size or your package, but in a much more roundabout way. That's a deal breaker. Completely agree. Someone else left a comment saying, find someone who loves your D. To which someone replied saying, this, I'm as committed and attracted to my husband's D as I am his personality. OP needs to find someone like that. Someone else left a comment saying, you absolutely should not continue this relationship. There's nothing wrong with your penis, and you should be with somebody who loves every part of you. I don't know what's going on in her head, but nobody who loves you is going to dick shame you and make you feel as if you're inadequate. OP replied saying, all of my friends tell me this as well. The thing is, the stuff she did made me feel like she loved me when we met, like hugging me when we sleep, putting on toothpaste on my brush before I even enter the bathroom, holding hands in public, and our kisses were passionate. She even held my arm around her to make her feel safe when we sleep on the train. It's just the sex part that's making me worried the most. Even when we were together, I saw on her phone she saw a post on Instagram about 5 things about what makes a great guy, and I asked her which ones I had. She only chose loyalty, but there was also good dick on the list. Fuck. Of course I'm hurt that she didn't pick that one too at the moment. When we called about it, I did pressure her into saying it because she didn't want to say it. The whole situation is so confusing. A small part of her family already knows me too. All that stuff is really normal in a relationship, and there is even more that a loving partner will do, such as compliment your body. I mean, even when I gain weight, my partner loves my body. I get compliments any size. It's amazing. You can do better. OP, I'm sorry this happened. This is awful. Someone else has left a comment saying, brother, she told you she doesn't want to see you again and lied about waiting for sex after marriage. She said that part to let you down easy. Find someone new. You deserve better. Someone else left a comment saying, let me level with you. Size does matter. To her. Some women are size queens and there's no changing that. The good news, she's done you a massive favor being relatively upfront about this early on. I think if everything else in your relationship was good, but she's willing to put a really important aspect, sex, on ice, because you don't meet her arbitrary definition of big, she's shallow and doesn't deserve you. Can you imagine how Reddit would react if a girl posted about a guy saying his girlfriend's boobs weren't big enough? That's how she's treating you. Funny thing is, the vast majority of nerve endings in the vagina are in the first 1 to 2 inches. There's a reason you can get someone off with a small finger, right? She's not mature enough to realize a guy can absolutely rock a woman's world with an average or smaller length. This will suck for you initially, but will be worth it in the long run. Walk away, start over, and find someone who appreciates you. OP replied saying, can she be a size queen at 5 foot? She's really small. And someone replied saying, lol, size queen refers to a woman who will only have sex with guys who she thinks have big dicks. Has nothing to do with her height. Someone else left a comment saying, as a straight woman, I'll tell you that size isn't everything. If she's going to let something like this affect your relationship, then she isn't a very nice person to be with. Don't let her bring you down. Someone else left a comment saying, agreed, some of the worst sex I've ever had was with dudes who are well endowed. It's also pretty hard for me to orgasm from PIV sex. Oral is so much easier. I would happily take home a good man with a smaller/ish dick if we were compatible in other ways and he was good to me. Someone else left a comment saying, the best sex partner I've had was also the smallest and the worst sex partner was the biggest. There are other factors that matter. The best partner just really loved pleasuring me. The worst one repeatedly just slammed into my cervix. Someone else replied saying, why oh why do those guys think the cervix jackhammer is a good move? And yes, that. Best partners I've had have been pleasers too. I love pleasing my partners, and I'm glad when it's reciprocated. That's how it should be in bed, in my opinion. Someone else left a comment saying, I was in a long distance relationship with my boyfriend. We live together now, so it's not a long distance relationship anymore, thankfully. They're very hard. And he always told me he had a small penis from the start, and honestly, while I disagree with that statement, he said he's had girls say this to him, so before I assume, that's where the insecurity comes from. I don't think that way about him at all, but I understand that it's a personal thing and I can't change how he feels about himself. Only he can do that, but of course I try to support him and remind him of how much I love him the way he is down there. He was very upfront about how he felt about himself. I think I knew what he looked like before we met, and I never once cared about his size. I love it, honestly. I think guys put too much pressure on themselves to be above average. And there's a lot of girls who exacerbate those insecurities. Being average or below average is perfectly normal and very attractive to many people, just like how some people like big boobs and others like small ones. I honestly think you'd be a lot happier if you found someone who made you feel confident about your sexuality, and there's many women who like smaller penises. So even if you're below average, you should never be ashamed of yourself or afraid that you can't satisfy your partner. Some people just genuinely like larger than average size penises, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with having that preference. It just means that you two might not be as sexually compatible. You can't change what she likes. It is not fair to force her to change how she feels, even if I do personally think it's a very closed-minded opinion. You have to respect that she feels that way. She shouldn't be so disrespectful to you though. Liking posts like that where you can see it is honestly just mean in my opinion, but I digress. Wanting to feel sexually desired by your partner and to feel fulfilled in the bedroom is a very normal need for many people in their relationships. It's valid to need that kind of comfort and reassurance, and I hope that you can either find some sort of balance in your current relationship or that you find someone who can appreciate your whole body. It can really hurt your self-esteem to have someone treat you this way. Don't forget to be kind to yourself, and best of luck to you. I hope you can find some sort of solution to your problem. Right. I think the comments pretty much sum up my opinion on this as well, which is Ditcher. She sounds like a very shallow individual. So, what do you think OP should do? What would you have done in OP's shoes? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more, make sure to hit the subscribe button. That way you won't miss the latest upload. Alrighty, we'll have to finish that for today. Thank you very much for listening, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.